Hi, everybody. This is Elisa, and this is my breakout session for today, Saturday, May 15th, for the Be Daring Foundation and their beautiful event, which is paving the way for mental health event that I would say is much needed these days. So there was some technical issue on the website, and this is why I'm basically recording my session for you guys. Of course, feel free to reach out with any questions or comments throughout the vision of this video. I will be guiding you today through 2 different exercises, and I will tell you everything about it as we go ahead. First of all, though, as I welcome you, I really wanted to acknowledge the time that you're taking out and investing in something for your own well-being. And I think that this is such an important major thing that we all need to do for ourselves. It really shows that you are resilient. It really shows that you are strong and that you are looking for solutions for feeling better, for dealing better with your life and with yourself. And I think that those efforts really need to be highlighted because it's so much important, because really everything that we do for ourselves and our own well-being, we will anyway affect the people around us. And so we are not doing good just to ourselves. We're really, really helping other people, our families, friends, whoever we get in touch with these days, with our own change, with our energy, and everything that we learn for ourselves and we transform for ourselves, it will inevitably end up having an impact on the people around us. So this is really my way to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. And why I think it's so important that you did this. So good for you for being here and for listening to all the other amazing speakers that participated to this event. So a little bit about me. Why should you be listening to me? My name is Elisa. As you can tell by my accent, I am not American. I am Italian. My work, I define myself a holistic healer. I'm an intuitive. I do bring together, I would say, like the part that is more, let's say, spiritual, okay, and connected to the bigger picture, as well as very practical day-to-day tools that you can use, that everyone can use really for their own well-being. And of course, you can learn all about my work also on my website, which is elisapalmahancock.com. I consider myself to be a self-care advocate. And this is something that I really had to learn on my own skin. This is why I consider it to be so much important, especially these days, okay, for everyone. I think, really, I truly believe that no one of us should skip this very, very important step. And I also believe that it's important that each one of us really finds out what self-care really means, okay, for them. Years ago, if you would have asked me about self-care, maybe I would have said that meant to, I don't know, go get a massage or get my nails done. And I believe that a lot of people probably still think that, self-care is just maybe getting rest on the couch. And although all those things are very important for our well-being and for self-care in general, there is much more that goes into it. And self-care is now, in my opinion, not an option anymore. It cannot be an option anymore. I think that we all need to understand how to make self-care practices work for us in our daily life, which means also make room for whatever we really need to not only feel good and at peace with ourselves, but also to thrive. Because this indeed is just the beginning of a very, very transformative cycle that we are all going through. And as a matter of fact, if we want to participate into this transformation, if we want to really be agents and manifest the changes that really needs to happen, not only within us, but in our society and in the way we live our lives daily, we need to have sound practices in place that help us feel good about ourselves, that help us know really how to deal with stress and anxiety and sometimes depression that aren't, as how can I say, unfortunately, they are more common than we would like them to see. Also, to bring about the change that we really want to see in our lives and in the world, we will really need to be able to trust ourselves and follow our own inner guidance. And it goes without saying that if you probably notice in your everyday life when we are stressed out, when we are concerned, when we are overwhelmed by the many things coming at us, it's very hard to listen to the still voice within that is trying to guide us in the right direction. I really believe that we are all supported, that we all have a very wise part that if we decide to tap into more often than not, we will end up actually, living I would say probably a more fulfilling life. And this doesn't have to be any special thing that you do, because like science and studies have already proved how, for example, meditation or journaling or praying or other practices of this kind are indeed a huge, huge way to get in touch with that wiser part of ourselves. Okay, so this is why I'm here today. I really want to teach you 2 simple tools that you can use. And what I like though when I teach is to really have you practice, like to really have you live the experience and not just hearing about it. So in a moment, you can maybe pause the video, go get like a piece of paper and a pen if you'd like, because I will guide you through the journaling exercise. And then we will end up with a beautiful meditation for deep relaxation. Also, you can download, you should find a link below the video and you can visit that link and basically you can download the booklet that I created for you for this breakout session where I will be explaining to you the steps of the journaling exercises that we will do today, as well as you will receive a bonus journaling exercise for your practice. And you will also get a link to a different kind of meditation that I will talk about more in detail as we go along. Before you go grab your journal and pen or paper and pen, though, I would like to invite you to this important reflection, okay, together. That is, when I told you before that years ago, I wouldn't even probably be able to tell you what self-care was, and especially what self-care was for me, meaning what was important to me. In these past probably 2 or 3 years, and especially during 2020, like many of us, I really had to realize, I really had the chance, let's say the opportunity to realize how much overwhelmed and depleted I was really feeling, despite the fact that I never really gave in into fears or worry. But since I was offering support to so many people, not only my family, of course, and raising a young 10 years old, full of energy, and dealing with everything that was going on, I realized that I really needed to take a long, deep look at my needs, and I really needed to switch priorities. These are fundamental steps, and it's especially so if you're, for example, a mother, a caregiver of any kind, if you're a sensitive soul, if you're an empath. These are moments that really are offering us the great chance to learn more about ourselves and to make time and create those practices that can help us nurture and feel our soul and feel better in general. One of my favorite saying is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And that is so true. So you cannot keep on giving and giving and giving when there is nothing left for you within. And the way to, like fill that cup again for yourself is really to decide, as I did, that I needed to turn around my priorities and create new habits. And this is totally doable because we are human beings. We are creatures of habits, and we just have to learn, right, how to do things that are good for us, compared to do things that do not consider our well-being at all. Then let me tell you one more thing. We all went through, and we're talking about the whole world, such a challenge that has never, that we can recount at least, has never showed up in our lives previously. So these are really unprecedented times. As much as a crisis, though, offers the chance, right, for growth, an opportunity to change, we also have to remember that it's very, very normal that we feel fear or anxiety, and in some cases that all develops even into depression, unfortunately. The reason why I'm saying this is that it's important we don't think that we are weird or that we are alone in these kind of feelings or in dealing with these feelings, because what this pandemic did was really to go and take away the sense of security from everybody's. Now, we all know that from a certain perspective, security really doesn't exist because we don't really have any certainty, right? There isn't really anything out there that we can know absolutely. It's always going to be there. So this is really giving us a chance to realize that we can and need to find that sense of security within ourselves, which means realizing that if we learn to be there, to be present for ourselves in the right way, it's going to be easier to not indulge into fearful thinking as much. So it's very, very important that we realize that to different degrees, we have all experienced fear and anxiety. And we need to remember that behind those experiences, though, there is usually like a belief, right? A belief, which is basically, yes, a thought, right, that we know, we consider to be absolutely true about ourselves or about the world. And many times the beliefs that are under or behind, I would say, fears and anxiety are not thoughts that are very supportive, right? That can really help us thrive or progress in any way. So, although today I don't have the time or the chance to work with you in helping you find those limiting beliefs and get rid of it, what I want to do instead is to help you set the foundations, okay? And of course, you are free, feel free to listen to whatever I propose, to try it out and see if it works for you and how, and to adapt it if you need to. So now is the right moment if you want to just pause this video, and you can go grab pen and paper if you don't have it there already. Are you back? Okay. So the first thing that I want to guide you through is a very simple but powerful, as frequently happens to be, journaling exercise. First of all, let me tell you that journaling is such an inexpensive and powerful practice. I started journaling when I was very, very young, like a teenager. And honestly, I have journaled probably every day of my life since then. Sometimes I maybe journal just for a few sentences. Sometimes I do write pages and pages. That doesn't really matter. But what matters the most is now also being proved by studies that, like just the fact of being able of offloading all your tensions and fears and thoughts and worries on a piece of paper can create so much easiness in your life. You're going to feel more peaceful. You're going to feel probably also relieved, because it's a little bit like having the chance to talk to someone, right? And many times when we clear out those agitated thoughts, right, that's when we are able to access that deeper part of us that, is better able, let's say, to find a good solution to really any kind of situation. So what we will do with this exercise is really working through the 3 steps that I use. And I would like, if you want, for you to like think at something, a recent event, or just bring up any maybe unsettling feelings that you have had today, lately, or whenever. Okay, so in step 1, you acknowledge what's current. Okay, this step can never be skipped, especially if you're upset. Maybe you had a discussion or an argument. Maybe your kid said something that triggered like some sort of like strong response in you. Maybe you just heard an unsettling news. Whatever the case is, maybe it's just like that kind of day. There is no judgment. Okay, and this is a step that cannot be skipped, because I think we did enough sugarcoating in life. We probably did enough of this covering up our difficult emotions just so that other people could feel better around us. But it never serves anyone. It never serves good to anyone, neither you or the people you are in relationship with. So now, in a moment, I'll ask you to pause the video, and I want you to just really jot down very, very honestly, okay? And you can do, if you want, you can make a list of all the feelings that are unsettling you, or just describe the situation, whatever happened that brought up the emotions that you've been feeling. Okay, pause the video, and I'll see you back in a moment. Very well. Step number 2, identify your needs. Now that you have cleared out your feelings, I want you to really go within again, be honest with yourself, and ask yourself, what do I need to do, to be, or to see happening around me to feel supported? Again, make a list if you want, if it's easier, of all the many ways. And that can really be entailing other people or not. Maybe in your list, you will just write down that you need to be more assertive, that you need to ask for help more clearly, for example. You don't have to do everything right now on the spot. So do not get, afraid, and do not get ahead of yourself and thinking, oh, how am I going to do that? That is not your concern right now. Just be honest with yourself, really tap within, and, considering everything that you just cleared out, ask yourself that important question. And again, you can write a list or even just write down as a stream of consciousness. Pause the video and I'll see you in a moment for step 3. Step 3, here we are. You want to end up by identifying your steps. This, again, is very important. So once again, you're going to look back to the list of things that you need to be, you need to see happening around you, okay? Or you need to do to feel supported. And you're going to highlight, find out at least 3 actions, at least 3. If you have more, that's perfect. 3 actions that you can do today. And today, going in tomorrow, and from now on. The idea is really that those actions are doable, feel doable for you. You don't have to be too scared. It's okay if some, maybe, I don't know, speaking up with someone that you've never told much to, you've never really opened up with, can feel a little scary in the beginning, but you can repeat the process and going through the same process to find out how to actually do that. So the most important thing right now is really that you going with the flow, you highlight at least 3 actions that feels doable, that you can do starting today and from now on. Or if you're not there yet, what you need to do to make happen so that you can actually make room for those actions to become doable to you. Okay, I hope it's clear. Pause again, and I'll see you back in a moment. Great, then. So now you have it. This is a very, very simple process, and I'm going to repeat it one more time. The first step is that you clear out the old. So whatever feeling, emotion, thought, stress, or whatever you have experienced or are experiencing right now, you just sit there and you literally clear out your mind on the paper. And you can be as detailed as you want. The most important thing is you're honest, okay? And you just write down what really, really matters, what really is important. Step number 2, you want to identify your needs. So this situation is stressful for you. What do you need? What do you need to be? What do you need to do? What do you need to feel? And also to see happening around you, to be able to deal with this situation in a better way, right? To feel supported maybe in this situation by the people around you. And once again, without filtering your desires and your needs, without going ahead and saying, no, such and such will never do that for me. For now, that doesn't matter. You just want to really write down what you know, because you already know that needs to happen for you to be supported, okay? And then step number 3, now that you have made even more clarity, you're going to look again through your list or through what you just wrote, and then you're going to highlight, decide 3 simple actions that will help you get there. or that will help you make room again for you to receive support. Why this exercise is important is that it really helps us to not shy away from what we need, because the moment that we see it written there, we know that that is exactly what we need. You will though find the description of this exercise in the booklet that I prepared for you, and you can find the booklet by clicking on the link that you find below the video, okay? So now, our next step is actually for us to go through a meditation for deep relaxation. Well, I think that there are so many myths around meditation, and so many people would love to try it, but they never take the step just because they believe it's going to be something so complicated or something that they cannot accomplish at all. And instead, meditating, can be really, really simple. And the most important thing is that it's so much needed. It's needed whether you're an adult or a teenager, a young adult or a kid. Okay, even our kids would really benefit from learning how to really calm down and especially become more present in their bodies. Because this is, in my idea, what meditation really can be about. And when we are more present, we are more aware, and it's easier to identify triggers and negative thoughts, fears and stressful reactions, and let go of them. Whereas when we are trapped in our thinking device over here, what we tend to do is just to go along with whatever comes up. And I think that we have all had this experience day in, day out. Even if you are a meditator, especially in the first years, probably, you will still have to deal with the fact that we have a thinking mind, and it's very difficult not to notice that. Okay, so it's a process. There is no right way or wrong way to do it, because everyone is different. And this is why in the beginning I said I think that it's important that you give a try to different techniques, to different ideas, and then you stick with what is working for you. But I have been guiding the meditation that I will guide you through in a moment. I would say probably a lot of different people of different ages and different background. Okay. And everyone, literally everyone, have enjoyed this meditation so much. Because relaxation is needed to our mind, is needed to our body, is needed. Ourselves need to relax and to let go. Our innermost being needs to relax so that we can just be more present. And that means as well to be more productive. It means to be less reactive to whatever happens around us. There are so many benefits. And of course, these two, journaling and meditation, these are, as I said, inexpensive tools. You can do it any time of day and night. You don't need any fancy device to do it. And this is why they are so important and so vital. And those, of course, need, though, to be supported by a lot of other things. Okay, so the choices really that we make every day around what we eat, for example, how much we sleep, who we decide or what we decide to give energy to, those things all matter a lot. And in my opinion, those are all things that should really be packaged under the idea of personal self-care. Okay, very well. So all you need to do right now is really to if you can, as much as you can, make sure you have no distractions around you. Okay, so this means if you can silence your phone, if you can maybe go in a separate room where you can listen and just be, you know, dedicating the next minutes to yourself. Or maybe you can ask, I don't know, your family to just give you some time if you need to. And what I'm suggesting is that you do this meditation actually sitting down. So do not lay if possible. Find just a comfortable place, and that can be a chair like the one I'm sitting on. It can be an armchair, or even your couch. I would suggest that it's, you know, a place where you can feel your back supported. Although at the same time, it's very important that you do not just let go, because what we need to be doing in meditation is really to, let's say, sit in a position that would allow our body to, let's say, have energy flowing through it freely. Okay, so when we cross our arms, when we cross our legs, when we sit in an uncomfortable position, when we like close down like this, for example, those are not ideal positions for meditation. And another little thing would be to make sure that you can reach the floor with your feet. If you can't, something that I do, depending on the chair where I'm sitting, since I'm not very tall, is that I put a pillow under my feet. And that really helps me because it still gives me that sense of support, right? Even though I don't really touch all the way to the floor. Okay, so before closing your eyes, I just really want you to, you know, like move your body a little, see what you need to be doing, and also to begin to notice. Just listen really to your body in this moment. What do you feel? Like maybe you feel tension in, I don't know, your back or your throat or your neck. Just, you know, notice, begin by notice how your body is feeling before we start this meditation, because this is very, very important. And then, as you probably can imagine, I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes. And there is something very, very magic in this simple, simple action. When we close our eyes, we really turn our attention inward. And it is so important because for the next 10, 15 minutes, you really allow yourself to leave any distraction out of your awareness. And just take a deep breath. And as you breathe, I just want you again to pay attention. I want you to pay attention to the way that you are breathing. Without judgment, once again, you're really just observing, witnessing in a way. But as you breathe in through your nose, I just want you to really notice, pay attention to the quality of your breathing. Do you notice maybe your breath being short? Or even maybe stuck in the upper part of your body? Many times we don't realize that our breathing is very shallow. And guess what we tend to do the moment that we perceive fear? we almost stop breathing. Our breathing becomes very shallow, very short, very trapped in the upper body. And by that I mean our shoulders, our chest, the throat. So keep on breathing, keeping your eyes closed. And as you're paying attention and noticing where your breath is stopping, where your breath feels trapped, I just want you to do everything that you can do to make your breath go a little deeper, which means that you inhale from your nose and you make sure that the air that you are inhaling goes actually all the way through your chest and out. And you might notice that when you breathe, maybe your shoulders are going up and down. And once again, that's frequently a sign of feeling anxious or stressed, any way of being nervous and tense. So once again, take another deep breath in. And as you inhale, do all you can do to bring your breath a little deeper now. When we were babies, we would breathe in the most natural of ways, which means that we would inhale and our belly would pop up like a little balloon, and we would exhale and our belly would just go down. And this is exactly what I'm guiding you to do right now. Take a deep breath in and just allow the air that you inhaled to go all the way to your chest and maybe to your tummy. Imagine that you're filling your belly up every time you breathe in. And you're letting your belly squeeze the air out every time you exhale. And this is the only thing you have to concern yourself for right now. Finding that beautiful, peaceful, warm rhythm within in this exchange of giving and receiving. That is breathing. And as you keep your attention to your breath going in and out of your body now, I really want you to start noticing how much more relaxed your body already feels. Just by making room to deep breathing, you have allowed yourself to be more present and more relaxed. And take another deep breath now. And I want you to start paying attention to your body. I want you to feel your feet. I want you to notice how your feet feel, resting on the pillow or on the floor, wherever you are right now. Just notice you have your eyes closed and still you can feel your feet. And as you bring attention to your feet, you feel much more present and alive in your body. And as you keep on breathing deeply and slowly, I want you to pay attention to your legs. Just notice your calves, your knees, your thighs. Feel maybe the hands that are resting on your thighs right now, if they are. Feel the weight of your body on your hips and your bottom. And just notice how the fabric of your clothes feel against your skin, how the chair that you are sitting on feels. Really take notes you're witnessing. At the next deep breath, I want you to notice your back. And really, as you breathe in and out, I want you to pay attention to any sign of tension in your back. You want to scan your lower back and just take notice. And then keep on moving up to the midsection of your back. And moving up once again towards your shoulder blades and your shoulders. And I want you to imagine that every time that you breathe in, your breath is like a wave that goes through your body, taking away any sense of tension. And bringing it out of your body through your feet. And just notice, how does it feel, your back right now? Are there any other tensions left? And if so, once again, breathe in and imagine that your breath is really like a magic wave that goes through your body and relaxes every muscle, every cell, bringing away, taking away every tension out of your body through your feet. And take another deep breath now. And just notice your chest area and your belly area. And once again, as you breathe in, let this wave of relaxation going through you from the top of your head through your chest, through your belly and legs, taking away any tension out of your body, through your feet and into the earth. And as you take your next breath, begin to notice how much more relaxed and open your chest area feels, your stomach feels, your belly feels. And take now another deep breath. And bring your attention to your arms. Just noticing if there is any tension. And once again, letting this beautiful wave going through you and taking away any tension from your forearms, even your wrists and your hands. And the more you let your breath going through each area of your body, the more relaxation you feel. And you notice how much more present and vibrant and relaxed your body feels now. As you let that go, I want you to take another deep breath and pay attention to your neck area. Remembering that we don't only accumulate tension in the back of your neck, but many times even in the front, in the throat area. That's sometimes where we have challenges asking for what we need or asserting ourselves. So if you notice any tension in your throat area or at the back of your neck, once again, let this beautiful wave of relaxation brought forth by your breath to just take it away for you. Take it away all the way through the rest of your body, down through your feet and into Mother Earth. And as you keep on breathing deeply, I want you to notice if you need to make any adjustment on the chair right now. That is perfectly okay, and you can do that. Maybe you feel like you need to move your shoulders or your neck or even your legs. Just feel free to do so, because that will just help the tension leave your body faster. And now, as you take another deep breath in, I want you to bring your attention to your head and just think at how many tensions we collect in that part of our body. Some of that tension we can feel on our temples, on our jaws, maybe even on our scalp. So just imagine that your breath, like a wonderful wave of relaxation, goes through your head, your eyes, your ears, your cheekbones, your nose, your mouth, your chin, taking away once again all the stress and the tension and the thoughts that you don't really need actually. Just let it go. This wave goes through your body, through your feet and into Mother Earth, taking away any tension left. And if you ever notice that your mind is slipping away, running after a thought, all you have to do is really to just bring back your attention to your breath. And as you keep on breathing deeply and rhythmically, I just want you now to notice again how your body feels. Just be the witness and observe again what is different, what feels better. Just notice the quality of your energy, the sense of relaxation in your body, and just notice how it feels for you. And now, before I guide you out of this beautiful relaxation, I would really love to take the chance and invite you to connect for a moment with the energy of your heart. Right in the middle of your chest. If you want, you can put your hands on your heart. And as you tap into that space of love and connection, I would love to mentally go through to all the things that you're grateful for today. And really feel the gratitude deep in your heart. And that doesn't need to be that complicated. And it doesn't need to be anything fancy. We can start by very simple things, like having a home, having food to eat every day, having support, having people in our life that we love and that love us back. Whatever really that you know really touches your heart. And by now, you should have a beautiful smile on your face, connecting with all this love and relaxation, knowing that every time you send out gratitude, you're multiplying your blessings, really. So in a moment or two, I will ask you to open your eyes again and to do so very, very gently and peacefully without rushing. Knowing that you're bringing along with you this sense of relaxation, any intuitive thought that you had during this meditation today, knowing that you can listen to this again over and over every time you need to. and knowing that you're opening yourself up for more and more blessings. So now take a deep breath in, and before you let your air out, just hold your breath for a moment or two and let go with an open mouth. And when you feel ready, get back in touch with the here and now and just open up your eyes. And welcome back. And I really hope this meditation was useful, and I would really love it if you would let me know. You can send me an email, you can leave me a comment. Anyway, reach out if you have anything you'd like to share with me. Once again, you will find all the resources by clicking the link that you find below this video. Once again, thank you again so much for participating today. I wish you the very best, and I'm here if you need to have any feedback or support. Be well.